You mentioned nozzles, Jared. So talking about the specifics. So I have a sprayer on my farm. I want to get into See and Spray, the premium precision upgrade kit. I already have nozzles on the sprayer. Can I just utilize those nozzles going forward? Katie and Mark, I guess that one's directed to you guys.
My biggest disclaimer I'll put out there for everyone in the room, I'm not an agronomist. I will never put my neck out on the line to tell you what to nozzle. I'm married to a farmer, I'm learning, but we will always lean on what our growers are experiencing and what's working best for them. They're the biggest wealth of knowledge. They'll hopefully be consulting their agronomist, and John Deere has a great nozzling guide that's going to be kind of how we guide people this year. So there'll be nozzle charts and things like that available. Well, we have a wealth of resources that everyone can consult from different places.
And maybe to add to that, so as we were developing the system, as you can imagine, we're going through the field at 12 or 15 miles per hour. That's 18, 20 feet per second, right? That all of these cameras are trying to facial recognize every leaf, make a decision on is it crop or a weed, send the signal to launch the spray, and then make sure that the spray hits the leaf before it's out of bounds from us. We spent a lot of time working with various nozzles, characterizing how long it takes to get up to a full fan, to get up to the full dosage rate, to fly the particles of liquid through the air until it gets to the plant. And so there is a guide that we put together that lists out the different nozzles that we've characterized that we know work well, and those range from fine particle size up to the ultra low drift. There's a couple of new nozzles that we worked with our nozzle supplier of choice, and they developed a couple of target spray low drift nozzles for us that we feel very confident in. It's all of our data is wrapped around those. So yeah, if John Deere is very careful, like Katie mentioned, to not tell you how to farm, right? But we know farming, we know farmers. We've done everything we can to do the testing, and so we've put out what we've learned, what we recommend, and then go from there, and we'll learn with you. But there's a lot to the nozzles, for sure.
It's not, I don't want to say difficult. You go through that guide, and with having custom applicators, other guys running the rig for users in the room that have applicators, brand and styles of nozzles is like brands of pickups and tools. Like they are diehard teach at AIXR. That's all I'm going to use. Well, what did that nozzle make for droplets for what you're doing? You needed that droplet size for these herbicides. You can go through there and say, okay, now I'm going to end up using a ULD or the ultra low drift max. So all the droplet size that are needed are there. It's just a different style. I mean, really what it comes down to is the droplet size, and they're out there.
And we also did a lot with spray angle, and the machine, the computers on board know what nozzles you have on there. They're taking all of those aspects into account for the timing of spraying. They turn on and off, but it also affects how many nozzles get turned on, right? So, we would like to gravitate toward more 60 and 80 degree nozzles, especially on a 15-inch spaced machine, because it maximizes the uniform coverage and it eliminates extra nozzles from having to be turned on. All those extra nozzles with the wide sprays, we're only turning them on to get that little slice that would come over to the weed zone. So certainly there's recommendations that are out there. And the savings is calculated on how many nozzles, or of course, is how many nozzles we turn it on and off. But if it's a wide pattern, we're going to turn on enough nozzles to make sure that we're not creating resistant weeds.